So part and parcel of being creatively unfulfilled is actually understanding what I want to correct. And every time I've gone to make a big change in my life, there is two general options that it takes. One, me just jumping headfirst into it and then seeing how it goes, and most of the time that fails because I fall off the wagon and I don't know what I'm doing. The second is I actually start planning things out properly and following a structure and putting a system in place that will keep me accountable as I go forward. And that's what I want to do here first. I want to make sure that the fundamentals I have going forward over the next year and a bit are the ones that are going to help me project into the state that I want to be. So I've broken it down into four basic little steps really. The first is actually just outlining what that end goal is going to be. What is the future state that I want to be living in? What is the day-to-day things that I'm doing? Who are the people I'm interacting with? What is the type of work that I am actually getting excited for every day and feel fulfilled with going forward? From there, once I have that yearly goal set, I want to start breaking it down into step 2, which is effectively going through and breaking down into more achievable milestones. So instead of 1 year, what am I going to need to get done in 6 months in order to achieve that? What am I going to need to get done in 3 months? All the way down to a singular month. And then from there, each month I'll start planning out the actual tasks and whatnot. But then I start getting into step 3, which is where I start to really change up how I'm doing things. And that's where I start dealing with the day-to-day tasks, the goal settings, and the habits that I'm actually going to be living. What am I actually going to be doing every single day to keep myself accountable? One of them is going to be these videos, so that should be fun. But also, just the simple things like what time am I waking up? When am I working? What does the scheduling in my calendar look like? All these small things that to me make a huge difference, but I need to have it outlined in process. And that finally brings me to step 4, which is simply trust the process that I've created and actually be doing the work day to day. Doing the things that I have set out in those first 3 steps in order to make sure that I get to where I want to go. This whole thing could fall apart if I just don't do it. So step 4 is probably the most important part for me because that's usually where I fail. I want to be setting this in place so that it doesn't feel like a chore every day. Sure, there'll be days where I do have to take a step back a little bit. I realize that. But at the same time, when I have these systems in place, it works so much better every single time, and that's the goal here. So keep an eye out, and over the next couple of days, you'll be learning more and more about this overall process and where I plan to be going.